In today's video, I am going to be breaking down why Steph Curry is the greatest offensive player to ever play the game. Let's get down, let's check out Steph Curry, because he's amazing. Okay, so what does Steph Curry do right here that makes it so easy for him to get to that rim? Well, first off, when he is dribbling the ball, he's able to change the height of his dribble super easily. Now, when he does this, watch where his hand is. It's near the top of the ball and he looks at the rim. This is very key to his game, being able to splice through defenders. The reason for this is because coming off of a screen, he is such a threat to shoot that ball that by looking at the rim and dribbling that ball just a bit higher allows his defenders to get up into the air, in which case he's able to then do a quick crossover, change his height of his dribble to lower, and he's able to attack the rim. I remember when I was a kid, I was always told never to shoot with a one motion shot. It was very inaccurate. However, I always thought it was a fast shot, and that's what we see here. The reason why Steph Curry can get a lot of these shots off after taking a dribble is that last dribble he does pound it just a bit harder, but when he just creates just a small amount of separation between himself and his defender, when he goes up for a shot, because he has that one motion shot, he's able to get that ball up much faster. Steph Curry is also a master at being able to understand angles and know how to be able to get that shot off much faster. For example, here, he does a quick crossover towards the top foot to get that defender's momentum shifting him towards that side. He crosses back behind his back to protect his dribble from any of these reaching hands that may just happen. And then when he does pull for that shot, watch his footwork. It's absolutely beautiful. So first off, he takes that dribble. He has not gathered it just as of yet. He pushes off on that right foot, gathers that ball. When he plants that right foot or that left foot, meanwhile, he's looking at that rim. He's monitoring his surroundings to see his defenders, and then he's able to pull for that shot. But why? Because when he's going towards that left side, that automatically gets that right arm in line with the rim. That way he doesn't have to turn his body, he gets that shoulder and elbow in line, and that allows him to get that shot off so much faster. And then we see moves like this, where he does a quick right leg plant, where he stops all of his forward momentum, which then loses that defender in that direction. He pulls behind his back, or sometimes he'll do a snatch back on through his legs. However, here, he looks at the rim. When he does this sometimes, he'll do either a crossover or an in and out cross, as we see right here. That look at the rim and that higher dribble that we see after he does that crossover right here, he brings that ball up super high, up to his waist, even a little bit higher. He looks at that rim, and because he looked at the rim and brought that ball up higher, that got his defender up into the air. Because of this, he's able to then get to the rim without anyone really contesting much of a shot. We can see it really close up here where he pulls behind his back, he looks at the rim, gets his other hand super close to that ball like if he's about to pull for a shot, and then he does that in and out dribble. This is why you have to know how to do this dribble, but every single type of dribble, because you can do different fakes like this. Now, we've all learned how you have to hop into your crosses, but Curry doesn't always hop into his crosses at first. What does he do? Well, first off, he's really jittery sometimes. When he attacks that left side, after only one dribble, he plants that right foot, he stops on a dime, and then he hops, but he goes left-right. Why is this important? Well, if we watch it really closely, stomps on his right to stop, that loses his defender. And then when he hops into it, he goes left-right, because now by that foot planting first, that's going to give him momentum to go back towards that right side. He's able to get his shoulders below his defenders and attack that defender, because that defender's shoulders are now pointing towards the sideline. He can attack back against that, and now he has totally made it past that defender. On top of it all, he gets his left shoulder in front of the right shoulder of that same defender, which locks him out from being able to block that layup. And we see this once again. If you are a good shooter, just by literally looking at the rim and somewhat straightening your body out, kind of, you can get defenders up into the air just to go right by them. When you are a deadly shooter, all you really need to do is look at the rim. And we can see this right here. When he uses that screen, he literally just looks at the rim, dribbles the ball just a bit higher, and then because of that, he loses 2 defenders and he can get by them. He's using handles, and he's not even a very big player either to get to the rim. Now, this is a very good example on using angles. When he is attacking Lillard, he does have his left arm trying to push the right arm of Lillard back. Why is this important? Well, it gets Curry's left shoulder in front of that defender's right shoulder, which then locks him out to being able to block you. When that happens and you go up for a shot, that defender now has to go around your body to block your shot, or at least contest it, which then is an automatic foul. And when we see this next clip here, it's another great way to really use angles. Let's rewind this just a bit. He uses that screen. When he uses that screen, because that defender tried to go over top, he's going to cut in right away, which then forces that switch. When that switch happens, he looks at the rim again to try to get that defender straight up. When he then attacks the top foot of that defender, he again gets his left shoulder in front of the right shoulder of that defender, and he can get past him for an easy layup. Being able to also do layups without gathering the ball with 2 hands and being able to go straight off with one hand gather into a one-hand layup is going to allow you to create essentially even more room between yourself and the defender, because now you can go up much faster and you can use your off arm to protect yourself from that defender as well. We can see it from this angle right here where he can go up by just gathering with that one hand, and now if that defender was closer, he could use this arm to keep that defender at bay without pushing off. And he just makes the layup anyways. He also knows how to use screens. Here his main defender, Booker, goes underneath that screen first. When that happens, if you are a screener, if your man continues to go back the opposite way, you need to just turn around and re-screen that same defender. Now Curry here goes up for a one motion shot. He's more of a one motion going towards the right side, going towards the left side. Sometimes he'll have like a frame pause. However, going towards the right side, keeping that one motion and really angling his body around. See how he's able to turn that right shoulder to get that right arm in line. That is extremely important if you're looking to have success going towards your right side. Here we see that 1 foot just drop plant and then a quick snatch back, and then he pushes off the left foot, gathers when he's in the air, so he goes right left. Now when he gathers and to go up for the shot into his set point, we can see that when he's trying to release, he's trying to get that arm in line with the rim by really angling his right side of his body. He doesn't have that big leg kick that somebody like a Kobe Bryant would have, but he gets his right side in line by turning and really trying to bring that elbow in and really trying to get that shoulder in line. That's why it goes in so often. So what can we learn from Steph Curry? One major thing is to be able to use angles. Get your shoulder in front of the shoulder of your defender, and that's going to give you the angle to the rim. Next is being able to stomp on 1 foot to stop and then change directions by doing a small hop and getting the opposite foot to be able to push off much quicker into that opposite direction. And then overall being able to use our handles, and if you've got a good shot, to really use your whole entire body really to do shot fakes. You don't have to go up for an actual shot fake. You could literally cross over, look at the rim, and that can get that defender up into the air so that you can drive by them. This is a fantastic way of playing basketball, and I hope that it helps you. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.